Nearly 5 years after the Parkland school massacre, we are learning the fate now of the gunman. Nicholas Cruz was sentenced to life in prison for the brutal and tragic shooting of 17 students and staff at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School on Valentine's Day 2018. Ahead of that sentencing, loved ones had a moment to confront Cruz directly for the first time in court. One of those killed was 14-year-old Alex Schachter. He was a freshman who played the trombone in the school marching band. And now his father, Max, is committed to stopping future school violence in honor of his son. He created a campaign called Safe Schools for Alex, and the goal is to create a way for schools to track violence and also the warning signs happening in their own buildings. Here is what he had to say to his son's killer in court.
Today's my birthday. Just know, I want you to know that every November 1st, I will be celebrating my birthday while you are in prison. And every November 1st, I will be blowing out my birthday candles. And you know what my wish will be? That you suffer a painful, violent death.
Max is joining us live this morning to talk more about Alex and to talk more about his mission now to carry his son's legacy ahead. And I want to talk about that with you, Max, this morning. But first of all, my condolences. My heart goes out to you. Thank you for giving us some of your time this morning. And I'm so sorry that you are living this nightmare.
Thank you.
What else did you want to say to Nicholas Cruz that you didn't? Or are you done talking to him?
Yeah. You know, all of us are glad that this is over. It's been the most painful experience going through this trial. Obviously, you know, having to live without Alex for the last 5 years. You know, each of the 17 of us have holes in our heart that will never be filled. And going through this trial, you know, we thought that we would be able to get some measure of justice. We thought that the Parkland murderer, we have a death sentence, death penalty in Florida. And we thought if there ever was a case or an offender or a criminal who pleaded guilty that would qualify for the death penalty, it would be the worst high school shooter in U.S. history. And then to be unsuccessful in that effort, and for one juror to be a hard no, and then to convince two others, and then the final jury count was 9 for death and 3 for life. But in Florida, has to be unanimous. So when the verdict came down that he wasn't getting the death penalty, it was just crushing. We just couldn't understand and really felt cheated. And it was just so hard to try to come to grips with the fact that the defense and the murderer basically they convinced the jury that the life of one mass murderer, evil human being, was worth more than the 17 that he killed. Is something that we will never accept. And that's what I was trying to get across. You know, during the trial, it's set up where the victims' families are really restricted, and you know, we were told over and over again we couldn't wear. I couldn't wear a Safe Schools for Alex shirt. I couldn't wear a picture of Alex. We couldn't make a peep during the trial because of fear that the defense was going to, you know, try to get a mistrial. So we were really restrained. And for individuals that have been very vocal after this trial, after the injustice that was, put upon us, it was really hard to just sit there and let this process play out, and we did. But now that the verdict came through, we were able to open up and express our feelings, and I wanted to not only let the murderer know, but I wanted to talk to the defense and express to them how upset and disappointed I was that that they could lie and really be so disrespectful to us. We sat through the trial and they were canoodling with the murderer and putting their arm around him and touching him and giggling with him. It was just disgusting the way they behaved. They're public officials, and I understand they have a job to do, but they didn't have to sacrifice their morals and integrity, during that process. And it wasn't right that they created a narrative that the murderer just slipped through the cracks,
Right.
and he fell off the grid. And so I wanted to correct that and let everyone know that we know that they were lying to the jury when they said that, because the Parkland murderer in actuality had more mental health services than anyone has ever had. And just to give you an example, in just a 2-year period of time, he was being treated, and they were at his house for hundreds of hours. Okay. They were at his house for hours a day. He had accumulated just over a several year period of time. He had over 100 different sessions with mental health counselors in just a 2-year period of time. I mean, just think about that. And so he had every mental health service that was available in Broward County. He was really afforded all of those that he was entitled to. And he never had any consequences. And unfortunately, throughout his life was prioritized over the lives of everyone that he destroyed around it. Because he had an IEP, it really put a bubble of impregnability around him, and they prioritized his life over the lives of everyone else.
And the focus should be, Max, the focus should be on Alex and on
Exactly.
all of these other kids who lost their lives and the staff members. And I do want to make a point for people at home, Max, and maybe you've noticed it. We're not showing the shooter, the monster who carried out these crimes. As you and I talked this morning, we're showing Alex. And I know you are his voice now. You have a new mission. I would love for you to share with me more about Safe Schools for Alex. You hear the words closure and justice. How would you characterize this next phase of unending grief and your now mission?
We're all happy that we don't ever have to hear his name again. He will be forever as the murdering bastard, and that term actually applies to him. We don't ever have to hear his name. And the next time I'll hear his name will hopefully be that phone call I receive from the Department of Corrections that he is dead. But you're right. All of the 17 families after this happened just wanted something positive to come from this horrible tragedy. And that's why my wife and I created Safe Schools for Alex. And when this happened to me, I never knew what was happening in Alex's classroom. Most American parents, they send their kids to school, they have no idea. So we created a school safety dashboard to educate parents about what's happening inside their classroom. And I encourage everyone, go to safeschools4alex.org, look up your school. You can see exactly how many incidents of bullying are happening in your classroom, how many incidents of weapons are being brought into your school, the levels of violence, fighting. And this information is there to equip parents to go and have a conversation with administration so that you can reduce violence, reduce suspensions, and make your school have a more positive culture and climate.
You are doing good out of so much bad, and all in the name of your son, Alex. Max, thank you. Safe Schools for Alex. Please check it out. Engage and inform yourself about what's happening in your schools. You're like so many parents, Max. We send them off one day. We expect them to come home, and it did not happen in your case. So, again, my heart goes out to you, and thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you.
All right, coming up.